Welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Gonna dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small,
Well, hey there, my fabulous listener. Happy New Year to you, and welcome to episode 224 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Welcome to 2023. I love all of the possibilities a new year presents to us. It feels kind of magical. So I thank you for coming back and joining me here for another year of podcasting. And thank you for lending me your ears today. I know there are lots of choices out there, and I do appreciate you making me one of them. The show notes for this podcast can be found at all the W's, socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/224. So last year in 2022, how bizarre is that to start saying last year was 2022? Anyway, last year I didn't manage to fit in my traditional Word of the Year podcast, so I thought it was only fitting to start the first episode of a sparkling new year talking about Word of the Year. So, my amazing listener, what's your word of the year? And why should you choose one? Should you have a business one and a personal one? Can you have more than one word of the year? So many questions around word of the year. You may have heard me talk about this if you're a long-time listener, or this could be a really new concept to you, but it is something that I've traditionally talked about at the end of each year. But of course, like I said, I didn't fit it in last year, so here we are. So first, I would love to hear what your word of the year is. Come into my Facebook group, Like-Minded Business Owners, and let me know what it is. Share it with others. You just never know who you might be inspiring with your word of the year. Secondly, let's go through the questions that I went through before. Why should you choose one? Well, I can only speak from my own personal experience, but for me, it's a word that keeps me on track every year or for the year. It gives me something consistent to aim for, keeps my goals for the year front and center and top of mind. Last year, my word of the year was video. I tried to do more video. I did more. A lot more, but I would have liked to have done more than more. So this year, although video is not my official word of the year again, it's certainly going to stay on my vision board to help inspire me to do even more video this year. Other words of the year that I've chosen in the past are impact. I still like that one. Again, not an official word of the year for me for 2023, but again, staying on the vision board because I really still want to have impact. Now, if you've never done this exercise before or you need some help choosing your word of the year, I do have a worksheet and you can find the link for that in the show notes. Again, you can find the show notes at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/224 and you can find the link to the Canva document there. And it just goes through a little tiny exercise. It's just a one-sheeter that might be able to help you work out what your word of the year could be. So can you have more than one word of the year or a personal word and a business word? Look, absolutely. As I've already said, my two unofficial ones are impact and video. And having a business one and a personal one is a fabulous idea. But having a business one is what I really want you to think about today. You could be still on your break, still on your holidays, or you might be back at work by the time you're listening to this. Or you know what? It could be March because you've just found my podcast and now you're listening back to older episodes. No matter when you are listening to this, think of a word that you can aim for that would encompass your goals for 2023. The worksheet, again, in the show notes is a really great little exercise to go through. So highly recommend you come to the show notes and print that out and have a go at that one. So Jen, what's your word for 2023? I hear you ask. First of all, I cannot believe how easily 2023 rolls off my tongue. Normally, I stutter over the change of the year and get it wrong, and I don't know. Is that a sign? Is that a sign of the magic of 2023? Not sure, but I am taking notice of how quickly that has rolled off the tongue for me. Anyway, if you're a long-time listener, you may remember episode 48 of my podcast quite a few moons ago that spoke about my journey of having a year of saying yes. If you haven't listened to that episode, it's a great one for this time of the year as well. You can find it at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/48. And honestly, hand on heart, honestly, I would love my word of the year for 2023 to be no. Like, even though that podcast is all about saying yes for a year, I would actually like it to be no. I am a people pleaser by heart, and that doesn't always work so well for me. So I would like to say no more often in 2023. Nope, that doesn't suit me. Nope, that's not something I can do right now. Nope, that's not my responsibility. No, you can't have that. No, I don't do that. No, no, no. But I really feel that that's a bad word to have as your word of the year. No, like there's absolutely nothing positive about it at all. It's a completely negative word. And I feel that that's not setting me up for my goals, but it's one of those things that I would like to have as my word of the year. And even though I'm not going to have it as my word of the year, rest assured I will be 100% using it more often than what I have last year in 2022. My skin is thicker in 2023, so to speak. So my word of the year for real will be challenge. I'm a firm believer in nothing good happens or nothing special happens while you sit in your comfort zone. And a challenge can change your life. So in 2023, I am up for all sorts of challenges. Plus, I can challenge my people pleasing habits as well. So see what I did there? I can take my no, turn it into a positive, and say my word is going to be challenge, and challenge myself to say no more often. In 2023, I'm going to challenge you, my listener. I'm going to challenge my clients, myself, my offerings, the way I show up, my marketing strategies, the platforms I show up on. So much challenge coming my way. And also when I think about it as my goals, and making sure my goals challenge me. And when I set goals, I'm going to challenge those goals. So whether that is in 6 months' time or in the next quarter, go, okay, are those goals still relevant? Is that still what I want to do? It's all about the challenge. So what do you think of my word of the year? Challenge. Good, bad, indifferent? I would love for you to come into the Facebook group, Like-Minded Business Owners, and tell me your word of the year. And let me know what you think of my word of the year. Of course, you can also email me or DM me on Instagram, wherever you want. But I would seriously love to be inspired by your word of the year as well. So my amazing listener, Merry New Year to you. Here's to 2023 being incredible through all the peaks and through all the troughs. I'll be here to help wherever I can for you. I already have some amazing guests lined up for the podcast, and no doubt more amazing ones to come, not to mention some really great marketing strategies and ideas to help you with as we work our way together through 2023. So let's do this. Let's take 2023 by the horns and shape it into exactly what we want. The power and the magic is ours to grab right now. So big podcasting love to you, and remember, my small business peep, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small. Go, choose your word of the year. Let me know what it is. Love to hear about it. Take care.
No time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yorta Yorta people, on which I record this podcast and conduct my business today, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend this respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today as well.